All right. Okay, so Rashmi here, who has been with Body Whispering for a very long time. Rashmi, how long?
First of all, thank you, Shagufa. Thank you so much. This is such a nice platform to be speaking about something that's so close to me. And thank you for inviting me. Thank you all. I know it's a Sunday morning and it's such an effort to come on the camera and sit, but I'd love to see your faces if at all that is possible. Else, it's okay too. And so, for me, Body was Spring and how I started. It's been a while. So for me, body whispering is all about what I am. And I think I've been doing it for forever, if you ask me. Okay. When someone asks me, how long have you been doing this? I think all of us are forever doing it. However, I got introduced to this a couple of years back, about 4, 5 years back. I was into Access and I was doing a lot of classes. A friend of mine is like, no, you have to see Adila. And I'm not a person who picks classes very easily. I'm pretty choosy. I'm like, no, no, no. And like, I'm sure all of us are. Like, we go into, okay, why this, why that? I already know this, and so on and so forth. So when I went into the class and she just opened up, I remember one of her intro talks just like this as to what is body whispering. And someone asked her, what's the prereq? What is a prerequisite for this class? And she said, prerequisite is a nature. It's the nature which will allow you to come into the class if you so choose. I and no one is required for it. And that kind of blew me. It's like if a person has got it to that intrinsic level of how a body is connected with nature and how it works, then imagine it. That's when I started it about 5, 6 years back. It's changed my life completely. It's so changed.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And you also mentioned, Access. You've been doing Access. Okay, sorry. I thought there was something here. So you've been doing Access, right? For
Yeah.
how many years now, Rashmi?
So let me tell you a bit about me. So I started out uh, quite, let's say, about 8, 10 years since I've been on this journey. And it's not about me being a facilitator, me being um, someone who will do the sessions or none of it. It was basically, I hit a curve in my life. It was like zoop downhill, couple of bad choices, and I was really, really in the pits. And I think the first time I even went to a session, I didn't believe in all this. A couple of years back, if someone spoke to me like this, I'd be running away the other direction. I was like, what is energy? Of course, we all know it, but we're not going to give it I don't think we'll let ourselves or the awareness come to us because we're too scared of it. We do not want to acknowledge that we know something that is not normal in this so called reality. That being the case, when I just couldn't sleep, I had at the level of literally 1.5 years of no sleep because of whatever nonsense is going on in my head. And then someone introduced me to say, hey, just get this session done and see how it goes. I went, I was like, okay, whatever hell, like, okay, whatever. She's like, you know what, just go. Okay, go. I came back, I said, what did she that do? She just kept waving her hand. What did you send me to? And that night I slept for, I know it has been so many months since I slept. I slept like a baby. I woke up and like, fuck, this works. There's something there that works. And I want to know what that is. I think my journey forever has been all about how do I make myself better. It's never been about how can I contribute to somebody. I know it sounds really, really rude, but it's always, even today, it's like if I am talking here, I'm like, okay, what is it that I've been resisting to put out in the world? So if I can get over that. So it's always about how do I improve myself. And in the whole process, if I can even touch a life or touch a person or touch anything and say, hey, this is what it is, then why not? And I started with a couple of modalities, Reiki, you name it. And there's shamanism, that is something very close to me. And then I hit upon Access. That's again about 6 years since I've started doing it. And it's really, really close to me because it's a tool which gives you the ease to deal with this life, with this reality. And then body whispering is a tool, or let's say a way of life, which lets you assimilate all of this into your life and take the actions required. It's so beautiful. It is easy for us to sit and say, hey, do this, do that, do this modality. But I think in the holistic healing, what you call it, everything is involved. We cannot negate anything. So yeah, it's been about 6-7 years since I started it.
Okay, and how has your life, and I'm sure you interact and you do sessions with a lot of people, and I'm also starting,
Oh,
I'll share
yes.
my experience as well as to how things have kind of changed or what showed or what contributed to other people. But Rashmi, can you share your experiences with
Yes.
working with these energies? What is the difference or what is the change you've seen in your life? And I know that you also take sessions. So any, experiences that you can share with us?
Absolutely. So let me first of all introduce you guys to Body Whispering. Body Whispering is by Life Whispering Institute, which is started by Dr. Adila Afi. She's based in New Zealand. She is the one who, let's say, channeled it or brought it forth to this world of reality. And she's been at it for literally 10 plus years, and she's had amazing results with it. And she also does something called Business Whispering, Business Upgrade, and an array of classes. When I attended her class first, let me share my experience first. I remember going to her for a session as a participant, right? You go in and say, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I have body issues. I am fat. And it doesn't bother me today to say that. When I went to her, I really, really was like, you know what, Ela, just make me thin. Like I'm doing everything, but it's not going away. Just make me thin. She just smiled at me and did the session. I don't know what magic that lady did. I woke up and I'm not sure if I've become thin or not, but it doesn't bother me. I am not letting that stop me. What I became is rich. Definitely richer. Body Whispering gave me money every single time I work with that. It's not in the terms of giving me currency money or the money in the bank account. Of course, it does that too. But it gave me the abundance of wealth of people, knowledge. Every time I work with it, it's so beautifully opens up doors of creating something more. And especially when I work with clients and they come, you can we can all talk about awareness and consciousness, everything on the spiritual level, on a higher ground. But end of it, we all are living in this earth. And how do we live? How are you alive? It's only because of your body. If you're experiencing anything, if you're listening to me, it's only because of your body. If you're not going to value it, if you're not going to consider its whispers, how will it create your life for you? That particular, let's say, knowing which all of us have, which I imbibed, was through body whisper. And I've also done sessions where people come to you and say, hey, you know what, I'm going through this with my husband, we're having a bad time, blah 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 blah. And then they're like, how do you change it? And it's so crazy if I say that, hey, you know what, body whispering can help you with that. It can help you with hundreds of things, but how will it help into the relationship? It's just that when you receive from your body, if you are open to letting your body speak to you and receive from it, another body is just another body. What is the difference between that body and your body? It's so amazing, Shagufta. Like, I can't tell you. A session can be online, in person. It's not necessary a session is always about them lying down, you touching them, and you touching the right point. It's not about all of that. There are sessions where one of this session where I just held somebody's hand and she cried 1 hour straight throughout the session. And today she's taking part in Mrs. India contest international. Like, it's
Wow.
so amazing. Yeah, it's the willingness to let your body speak to you and let your body gift you, and you acknowledge what your body is.
So good. So as I understand it, if I can rephrase it or paraphrase it in my own understanding, is that we, the being, are experiencing this world through what we call as embodiment,
Yes.
as in where all your experiences, everything is through the body.
Yeah.
And it's connecting, working with the energies of the body to kind of create the ease in whatever area of your life that you're finding the struggles with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant. More than anything, it's just about being. It's just about being.
And can you share like one more two experiences that you've had with the people that you've worked with? And I'll share one very, it was like wow thing that I had with one of my clients that I worked with.
Go ahead, share. Let me hear.
You want me to share first? Okay. So
Yeah.
there was this young girl or young lady, I would say. I won't take her name for the purpose of confidentiality, but there was this young lady who was having trouble getting her monthly periods. Okay, and
Yes.
she was in her 30s, and suddenly, out of the blue, her periods monthly stopped, and she got worried because it's all of a sudden, and she's not even the age of like where you think, oh, it's menopause. And she and her husband actually want to have a baby together, and so she was very hassled, and she went to doctors and everybody. Nobody could kind of give her a resolution or tell her what exactly is happening there. And she was like freaked out, literally, what's happening to me, and I don't want this to happen to me. I want it. I want to have a baby. So then she came to me after like 2.5 months of this going on, where she saw doctors, she did scans and she did reports and she did everything, and nothing was showing up. And I just told her, okay, let's do this. Let's play with the body whispering energy, and let's see what shows up. And she came for the session. We did the session on her body whispering, and she went back home, and within 2 hours I get a message from her. Will you believe it? I just got my periods. I said, what? She said, yeah. And I said, is it normal? I mean, do you feeling it's normal or anything? Let's just wait for the entire cycle to complete and let's see if it's still normal. And she said, yes, it was. And then I checked with her the next month again, just like a
Mm.
checkup to see. I said, oh, well, what about this month? She said, no, but, I'm back to normal as it was, so it was like, wow. So there was something that was definitely with the body, which the body knew. And of course, we did not. And it's just like playing with the energies of the body and kind of removing all the blocks, limitations that the body knows exactly what it is. So you leave it to the wisdom of the body to clear for itself whatever it needs to clear then.
Yes. Like, so, I mean, thank you so much for this example, because it's an amazing one, like what you could achieve with this and how ready your participant was to receive it. It's amazing.
And
It's
then,
really, really
yeah,
beautiful.
one more share is that when now, like what, yeah, I was having this one more session with another person. While I was working with her body, I could sense it with me. And I told her, so these are the things that's going on with you. And it was exactly that. So how the body actually speaks to you, communicates to you. All that you need here is that awareness is to tap into that energy,
Yes,
right?
it's so true. It's so true, because I don't think we are different at all. Everybody is communicating with each other, whether we like it or not, whether we like the person or not. We are vibing, whatever you want to call the vibe, the energy. It's constantly happening. But are you ready to be aware of it? It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
So,
so amazing.
oh, that one was like a big one for me. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, the first time I did a session and something miraculous turned up, it was like, oh, is that possible? You also get into the self-doubt. But when you work more and more with the body, when you work more and more with the consciousness and awareness of evolving yourself and being there, everything becomes easy. And everything, it's just the way of life, it's the flow of life. But are you ready? Are you willing to let it come to you? It's just that. And if anyone has any questions, just randomly shoot it out. Like, we are here just to take it, or maybe give you anything you require.
Yes. Questions are welcome.
Yes. So can I introduce the body
Naila, just a
history?
second. Naila, can you mute? Because of this, for some reason, I cannot mute you. So I think there's a little bit of noise coming from there. Can you just mute yourself, please? I can't mute her for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Okay. What else is possible here? So, body whispering, I also would like to invite you people to look at the class not from the perspective of what's it going to give me, what's it going to create for me. Yes, of course, all that. But is that an invite for you and your body to be in communion with each other? Would that be a contribution for you to access more of you? Would that aid you in creating what you're looking for? if that is so, we have a class coming up on July 9th and 10th in New Zealand. Of course, you have to do it online. And Shagufta is having a satellite menu where she'll host the class. You can do the class. I'll come and meet you guys. Shagufta will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. We probably can do in-person sessions because we're all there. And of course, Adila will guide us through how to go about it. She'll teach you the protocol. And body whispering is not tough. It's not about putting the effort of doing it. It's just about letting your body guide you. It is so amazing at times you're in a session and somebody has just come and said, hey, you know what, I have this headache. And very strangely, your body is actually going to the stomach. And you're thinking, hey, that lady's saying headache, so you've got to touch her there. But then no, it's the stomach. So somewhere your body gives you the awareness because you're connecting and you're giving it permission. Your body gives you the awareness of what's happening in the other person's body. And if you're just being in the contributive energy, it can just feel just like that. So you go about like this client who came in with a headache and constantly my hand was going to the stomach. I was like, okay, fine, okay, we work on it, we work on it. After a couple of minutes, I'm like, okay, what's wrong? What's happening with your stomach? Apparently, she's had a bad fight with whatever, and her stomach is contracted. The minute she even acknowledges it, a headache releases. So your body is giving you a signal that there's something going wrong. It's not necessary, it's a physical aspect alone. It's not necessary that, she ate something wrong, so her stomach was not okay. It was not that. She could not stomach the bad argument she had. Her body kept giving way. It's so subtle and it's so beautiful if you allow it to be. So yeah, Shagufta, it's amazing. And I'd love to see you all in the class.
So,
Or
so with this, Rashmi, just a second. So with this,
yeah,
what
sure.
you're saying is just by acknowledging the fact that, that conflict, whatever she had, was making her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It kind of cleared for her.
Yes, because so what does a kid do? It keeps tugging at you. Why is he tugging at you? If you have a son or a daughter, she keeps constantly tugging at you. What is it? She's asking you for attention. And what is the attention for? The minute you acknowledge and say, hey, here, my energy is here. What do you require? They'll stop tugging at you because then you can address the issue. So now that she realized that our argument is still bothering her, she can address it either by talking to that person or not, or just by saying, hey, you know what, it hurt me. I'm going to apologize to myself for it. But it's just the fact that you have to address what is going on. You cannot address it if you're not going to look at it.
True.
Unless you're willing to look at a problem, you will not be able to move it or solve it. And nothing is outside of you. Nothing. You can blame 100 people, 100 things, everything, but somewhere something is in you that is letting you get affected by it.
So true. And every little thing is actually stored in the body, right? I mean,
Yes.
I remember one of the first things that I'd ever done with working with the energies and working with the self. Basically, it was a program called The Journey, and again, it was all to do with the releasing of the stuff that was there. And the very one of the processes that I did was something came up, and I've had a difficult life, and I thought those things would come up, and none of that actually came up. And what showed up was when I was a child, and my friend had taken a chocolate from me, and somewhere the body had stored it inside, and it wanted to.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was very young, and that's what showed up. And I didn't even remember, of course, after so many years, and who bothers about a chocolate now when you're an adult, right? But somewhere my body had locked that episode inside and locked it, and it was still hurting with that,
Yeah.
that the friend had taken the chocolate away. And that got released,
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
yeah. So it's so true that the body remembers, the body stores it, and then these things, if not addressed, they come up later on in life as, you know, the illnesses,
Ailments.
diseases, or the ailments that we so call it. So anything that's like suppressed will later express itself in form of these things. And it's so important to then, kind of release whatever it is to have a fulfilled and a better life for all of us,
Yeah. Yeah.
isn't
And we
it?
deserve it. That's the first step. We deserve to be holistically whole.
Totally. All right. So, any questions here from any of you to understand, to know more about what body whispering is, or any other question, anything? You can just
Uh,
unmute yourself.
yeah. Also, if you don't have a question, and if you would like me to give you a quick 10-minute taster for a group body whispering session, that's something I can do too.
That would be wonderful. I'm sure we would all like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, would you like to get into that, or is there anything that anybody wants to address? Okay, that's a no.
Okay. So let's just receive. Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's have a taster. Sure, Beena, we'll do that.
What is it that we need to do?
Yes. So, body whispering doesn't really anything, but I would just ask you to get comfortable. If you want, put your videos off. You want to lie down, lie down. If you just want to sit in your chair and relax, just relax and let the energy work. Yeah. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths. I might put my video off because I'll probably move when I'm working. Okay. I'll just keep talking to you guys. Just hear me out. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths. And actually command your body to relax. Tell your body, hey, I give you the permission to relax. And whatever it is that you like from the session, just bring it forth in your head. Very gently, very lightly. It can be one thing, it can be 100 things. Let it all float. Awesome. Now we call upon the body whispering energies, energies of this earth, all the energies that are ready to contribute to us with this session, energies of your body and other bodies on this group, and all over this earth who are ready to contribute. And all the beings and all the fairies and all the other religious, non-religious energies that you believe in, that you have a personal connect with, who are ready to contribute to you, talk to you, ask them to come to you. And be there to listen. Relax more and more and more and more. And all the resistance that you have towards what is going on, you say, hey, okay, your resistance, hi, I'm watching my face. All the pain in your body that you're misidentifying as disease, as illness, if you just address it and say, okay, body, are you giving me a hint, a tap to say, hey, something's going on? I acknowledge it. Please give it to me in a way that I can understand better. And thank you. And now ask your body to start dissipating all of this from now. Melt it into the earth, melt everything that's stuck in you, everything that's stopping you, all the space that you are in, which is not allowing you to ask your body to melt it. Trickle in the light of consciousness to it and dissipate all the patterns, blocks. I have your back. I totally have your back. You're allowed to let it go. And relax all right. everywhere you're carrying anything from your childhood, which you don't even know, which is not allowing you to create what you'd like to create, would you now let it go? If you can place one hand wherever your body is pointing out to, wherever, it could be your stomach, your heart, your leg, your hand, your head. Put your hand there, wherever, and tell your body, safe. It's safe for you to be alive. It's safe for you to thrive. And it's safe for you to ask for what you want and actualize it. Your body has your back. You are safe. And please expand. Allow your being to be as big as it can be and more. Allow your body to be in communion with your being. All the abundance, all the riches, all the wealth, all the money, all the diamonds that you've been asking for, that you've been desiring, but are not allowing yourself to have, is now the time. What gift would your body like to give you? And relax into it. Ask the body, hey body, what is that one thing that you would like to give me today where we form this communion, this bond, this friendship? And what is that one thing you'd like to receive from me? Hear it. It can be as simple as a glass of juice, a walk on the beach, a good hug, a book, or just a smile from a stranger, or a diamond. Could it be that simple? Put your barriers down and learn more to receive it. Where did you decide that being in communion with your body is unsafe? And whatever that is this now the time to meditate? Is it time for you to own? Is it time for you to own the power? Is it time for you to be the one driving your life? anything that is stopping you from assimilating everything that this session can give you. Just look at it and say, we acknowledge it. Open the energies more and more, and ask for this energy to be available for you whenever you require it. It's like becoming friends. So can I call you when I need you? Can I call you just like that? Can I call you for fun? Ask for the energies to play with you, for you to play with it. Just for today, probably. Give yourself the permission to let your body do what it requires to do and give you what it can. Let your body guide the day. Just for today. As we wrap the session, start thanking your body, thanking all the energies that are contributing to you. Thank the body with spring energy. Open yourself to integrating everything that the session can give you. And all your asks that you asked for initially to come forth. Give your body an energetic hug tug, a tight one at that, and say thank you. You can drift off to sleep. You don't have to come on the video, or you don't have to get back on the call. Whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes.
Okay. Thank you for that amazing contribution, Rashmi.
Thank you so much for receiving. I really would like to leave the call at this because I would love it if people can keep receiving unless they have something to ask.
What's this sound that I'm hearing? Is it?
Sorry, there's some construction going on near my place.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. All right. Thank you so much. So we'll end the
Thank
call
you
here.
guys. Yes.
Yes.
See you all soon in Dubai.
Bye. Thanks, Rashmi. Take care. Bye.
Bye. You too.